What if we told you that the small piece of plastic in your wallet holds a world of power and potential pitfalls? Welcome to the mystery of credit cards, a gateway to the fascinating world of modern finance. These sleek, shiny cards are more than just a convenient way to pay for your latte or online shopping spree. They are tools of empowerment, offering you the flexibility to manage your finances, build your credit history, and even earn rewards. But with great power comes great responsibility. Misunderstanding or misuse of credit cards can lead to financial headaches like mounting debt and plummeting credit scores. It's a delicate balance that requires a clear understanding of how these financial instruments work. Let's debunk some common misconceptions. No, using a credit card doesn't mean free money. Every penny you borrow must be paid back, often with interest. And no, it's not a good idea to max out your credit card limit. This can negatively impact your credit score, making it harder to get loans in the future. Credit cards can be a double-edged sword. They can help you handle unexpected costs or make big-ticket purchases manageable with installment plans. But the ease of swiping or tapping can lead to overspending, especially if you lose track of your balance. So it's essential to be mindful of your spending, pay your bills on time, and understand the fine print. Know your interest rates, your credit limit, and the consequences of late payments. Remember, a credit card is not a ticket to spend beyond your means, but a tool to enhance your financial management. The key to mastering the mystery of credit cards lies in educating yourself. It's about understanding that a credit card is a financial tool, not just a payment method. It's about knowing the risks and rewards, the do's and don'ts, and making informed decisions. So the question is, do you truly understand your credit card? A credit card is more than just a payment tool. It's a financial instrument with its own anatomy. Let's take a closer look. First up, the card number. This 16-digit powerhouse identifies the card issuer, your account, and even includes a check digit for verification. It's essentially your card's identity on the vast financial network. Next, the expiry date. This is the use-by date for your card, after which it becomes invalid. A new card is typically issued before this date arrives. Then we have the CVV or card verification value. This 3-digit code provides an extra layer of security when making transactions that don't require a physical card. Finally, the cardholder name. This is simply your name as it appears on the card. It serves as a basic form of identification, confirming that you are the rightful owner of the card. Knowing these elements helps you understand your card better and use it wisely. Ever wondered how a simple swipe or tap pays for your purchases? It's more than meets the eye. A seamless blend of technology and finance that works tirelessly to ensure your transactions are smooth and secure. Let's delve into what happens behind the scenes. The moment you swipe your credit card or tap it for contactless payment, a chain of events is set into motion. This starts with your card details being read by the card reader, which then sends this information to the merchant's bank, often referred to as the acquiring bank. The acquiring bank then contacts the credit card network, which could be Visa, MasterCard, or any other card network. This network acts as an intermediary, carrying messages between the acquiring bank and the cardholder's bank, known as the issuing bank. Now, the issuing bank plays a crucial role in this process. It verifies the transaction details, checks if there are sufficient credit funds available, and assesses the risk associated with the transaction. This is all done in a matter of seconds, mind you. If everything checks out, the issuing bank sends an approval code back through the network to the acquiring bank, and finally, the merchant's card reader. And voila! This approval code signifies that your transaction is successful, and you can walk out of the store with your purchase or confirm your online order. But it doesn't end there. At the end of the day, the merchant sends all of their approved transactions to the acquiring bank in a batch. The acquiring bank then submits this batch to the credit card network, which debits the issuing banks for the transactions and credits the acquiring bank. The acquiring bank, in turn, credits the merchant's account. This entire process, from swiping your card to the merchant getting paid, typically takes 1 to 3 business days. It's a complex system working behind the scenes to make your shopping experience smooth. Credit cards can be a boon or a bane depending on how you use them. Now that's a phrase you've probably heard more than once. But what does it really mean? Well, let's dive into the benefits and potential drawbacks that come with wielding the plastic. First off, the perks. Credit cards are not just about spending, they're about earning too. You can accumulate reward points every time you swipe or tap. These points can be redeemed for a variety of goodies, from airline miles to gift cards and even cash back. It's like getting a small thank you note every time you spend. Another benefit is cash back. Yes, you heard that right. Some credit cards offer a certain percentage back on your purchases. So, the more you spend, the more you can earn back. It's a win-win, right? But perhaps one of the most significant advantages of using a credit card is the opportunity to build your credit history. A good credit history can open doors to better interest rates on loans and mortgages. It's like the financial world's report card, and a good score can make a world of difference. Now let's talk about the pitfalls. The most glaring one is the high interest rates. If you don't pay off your balance in full each month, you'll be hit with interest charges. And let me tell you, they can add up quickly. Then, there are the late payment fees. Forget to pay your bill on time, you could be facing a hefty penalty. These fees not only increase your debt, but they could also negatively impact your credit score. The potential for debt is another significant drawback. It's easy to fall into the trap of spending more than you can afford, and before you know it, you're in a financial hole that's hard to climb out of. In conclusion, a credit card is a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness depends on the user. So use it wisely and understand its pros and cons, and you'll be able to make the most of this financial tool. Now that you understand credit cards, how can you use them to your advantage? The answer lies in smart usage and disciplined financial habits. Remember, a credit card is a tool, not a crutch. It can either be your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on how you use it. Our first tip is to pay off your balances in full each month. It's easy to fall into the trap of making only the minimum payment, but this is a surefire way to rack up interest charges. In the long run, carrying a balance will cost you far more than the original price of your purchases. So, make it a habit to pay off your balance in full each time your statement arrives. Next, let's talk about rewards. Many credit cards offer rewards programs, and these can be a great way to get more bang for your buck. However, it's important to use these rewards wisely. Don't buy something just because it's on offer or just to earn points. Instead, consider whether it's a purchase you would make anyway. If it is, great. You're effectively getting a discount. If not, you might be spending more than you're saving. Moreover, keep track of your spending. It's all too easy to swipe your card without thinking about the impact on your budget. To prevent this, make a habit of checking your card transactions regularly. This will not only help you stay on top of your spending, but also allow you to spot any fraudulent charges quickly. Don't forget to keep your credit utilization low. This is the ratio of your outstanding balance to your credit limit. A lower ratio is better for your credit score. Aim to keep your utilization below 30%. Lastly, remember that credit isn't free money. It's borrowed money that you have to pay back. So, use your credit card responsibly, and don't spend more than you can afford to repay. Being a smart credit card user means gaining the benefits without falling into the debt trap. It's all about balance, discipline, and making informed decisions. With these tips in mind, you're on your way to becoming a savvy credit card user. Credit cards aren't just about spending money, they're about financial literacy. In the past few minutes, we've peeled back the layers of the credit card mystery. We've dissected the anatomy of a credit card, understanding its various components, and we've delved into the mechanics of how they work, throwing light on the interplay between cardholders, retailers, and financial institutions. We've also taken a balanced look at the perks and pitfalls that come with credit card usage. The alluring rewards, cashbacks, and convenience, juxtaposed with the potential for debt accumulation and financial stress, paint a comprehensive picture. Moreover, we've shared some indispensable tips for smart credit card usage. From timely payment of bills to keeping a check on credit utilization, we've covered it all. Remember, a credit card can either be your ticket to financial freedom or a chain of debt. The choice is in your hands. Make it wisely,